Hi, it's me. I'm in my field, as usual. It's 7 o'clock. It's the 28th of April 2021, and it's 7 o'clock at night. It's not at night, it's afternoon. The sun's over there behind them big clouds up there. Look. Hang on, there. Over yonder woodshed pallet bus shelter. I'm sure you can see it. It's still standing, it's not blown away at all. Left my bucket in there. And it's nice to sit in actually. I've sat in here a few times, a few mornings, brought my chair down, brought coffee, sat in here, looked out my back window and looked out across my lovely view. My echium, just going to show you, my echium's coming into flower. It rained last night and this morning everything's in flower and everything's grown and everything looks nice and it enjoyed the rain. My rhubarb is here. And the other day, I don't know what I showed you or not, but look at it. It's huge. Look at the size of the stem. It's massive. And I grew it from seed, this rhubarb, and it's going into flower itself. There's another one up the top there, mental how big they are. And that's just after a bit of rain. All my gooseberry plants, my raspberries, all these along here, herbs, things like that, all growing really well. Gooseberry plants over here going into flower, or they've gone into flower, and some of them are fruiting as well. There's a hole there where a badger's dug it out. There's some black currants here as well. As you know, I like my flowers, so this is purple sprouting broccoli, and it's gone into flower. I'm going to let it go to flower and let it go to seed, and then I'll collect some seeds and let them grow. And there's another one over there, that big yellow one there, and that's purple sprouting broccoli again. I'm letting it go to seed. And then down through here, it's all my radishes. There is I can't remember what that is. Chivery, I think it's called. Chicory, maybe. All the rest is forget-me-nots, and they're getting huge. And there's foxgloves in here, and marguerites and radishes, and I've got to weed it out properly and take out the weeds and leave in the veg. This is Russian tarragon, and in the back there's a blackbird's nest from last year, so I'm hoping they'll reuse that this year. I think that's purple orach under there, or some sort of mountain spinach. There's a load here of borage, and there's more borage here, and then there's lots of flowers dotted around. My radish over there has fallen down a bit, and my little garden's growing quite well. As you can see, I've had my hair chopped off. I went into town and saw the lovely hairdresser Bryony, and she cut my hair for me. Look, there's no hair all the way round. I don't know, can you see the hair back on my neck? There we go, look. Anyway, I've got short hair. I should have a little bit of a shave, make myself a bit more tidy, but it's my first haircut since the last haircut, which is probably a year ago. I don't know whether it was a year ago. Yeah, it's probably quite a while ago. Anyway, I thought I'd just bring you along for a look and see my lovely barnet. There it is. Yeah, so this is what I look like now, and it'll stay like that until obviously it grows back, in which case I will get it cut again probably, or whatever. I had long hair for 20 years, so having it chopped off is quite a big difference to me. I feel the cold around my neck. I mean, it's not cold at all, it's just me being silly. Anyway, so back up the field, only just got up here and unlocked again, and I'm back to turn off the system. I've turned it off in the shed. It's still got 12 volts going in, which is great. The system's off, as I say, and I've just got to wait for everything to finish emptying. So it actually has here. That one's still dripping a bit, and that one over there is dripping, and the middle one's dripping. And we'll go and give the fish some food. The little pond in between. I've got a flower coming on this, look, and this is an iris from the pond. I think it's got a purple flower. I shall show you as soon as it comes out. And then there's a load of bromeliads as well. Let me just show you my bromeliads. Bromeliads are here. And again, these big pink spikes are the flower spikes. So I'm quite excited about that. They'd flowered last year and it's really nice, but because they're in the polytunnel, it's bringing them on a little bit earlier. I actually had that. It's not an English thing, obviously, a bromeliad. And I had it out in the field, out in the pond outside for ages, and it flowered last year in there. but it's looking nice. And there's this other thing here. I don't know if I can show you that. This thing here, can you see that? I don't know. Anyway, it's got loads of leaves coming up on it. I'm really excited about that because I don't know what it is. Just got it out of someone else's pond. The strawberries are going well. I watered them. I fed them the other day and I watered them all today. I'll just take you for a quick spin up through. Look, there's a big strawberry growing. Woohoo! I've got paint on my hands. Big strawberry growing there. Loads of strawberries coming. And there's my pumpkins and squash and tomatoes and things that are in the big pots. They're all growing. I've got to give them a water. I'll probably give them a feed. Some of my beans have gone a bit into flower a little bit, which is a bit of a shame. But it doesn't matter. They'll go in the garden soon. The peas are coming on. I've still got to pick a load of the tops out of them again, and I've got to water all the tomatoes again. More strawberries at the back. Peppers are growing through a bit better in the soil than they are in there, and I'll put them into the thing. I've got some more. I'm going to put them into the media beds probably at the end of this month. It is the end of this month, Ian. What are you talking about? I'm probably going to put, because I've got some more seedlings coming in, but I will put all things in the media beds. I've got more melons and some more pepper plants at home, and I'm going to put them into the bathtubs in May when things go outside, and I'm hoping that I'll have a couple more solar panels and a little bit more power, and I can leave the system on, and then it could work, and that would be brilliant, and I won't have to keep on going about this. It's just me going on about empty stuff, so I'll just sort of show you. Anyway, I brought you along to show you that I'm just here, and it's going to probably run out of battery in a minute, but I'm going to see. I'm just going to open this up, feed the fish, water's running back in, and it'll fill the tub up, and it'll fill it up whilst I'm probably yabbering to you. It might fill it up to the top, we'll see. Anyway, let's get some fish food. I'm just using pond sticks, Tetra pond sticks, trying to look after, trying to help the local businesses. So I'm buying off my local pet shops. And I haven't got a van today, so I had to walk everywhere. So there's my fish. Let's see if I can get a closer. There's the big black one, see him? Called him Blackie because he's black and he's got a lovely orange underbelly. See him? He eats a hell of a lot because he's massive. But the other ones are quite fat, and it's because I feed them a lot. But they're growing anyway, which is nice. The comets, there's the 3 yellow ones with the white faces, and there's 6 red ones. Some of them got really long tails. That one's got a bit of white in its tail. And then there's one shabumpkin as well, so there's 10 of them altogether. And there's still a load of white cloud minnow. I was surprised with that giant goldfish that they hadn't eaten them all. But the white cloud minnow that are in there are absolutely... Well, there's not loads. There's probably about 4 or 5. I'm just going to take this apart. I put this pipe in, and it just stops the water from splashing. So it just sort of runs into the tank rather than splashes about. I mean, it's nice to aerate it, but it still aerates it with the movement of the water. So I put that in just to sort of divert divert the water in anyway. This is the gutter for when it rains. Runs off the back of the polytunnel, runs into the pond. I'm just going to shut the... I don't know if I can bring you along for this, but I've got to just shut the air vent. Let's see. I hope it doesn't turn it off.